How is it going on your end? Anybody listening? Now, question, how do I enable screen share here? Because I would like to enable screen share. Hello, everyone. If anyone is watching, this is the 4th Thursday video hangout for David Chelsea. Cartoonist. Oh, hang on. I'm about to do screen share. Screen share for Hangouts. Desktop. Come on. Come on, desktop. Start screen share. Yes, that looks familiar. So this is my desktop. I don't have a video camera because you don't need to see me. You all pretty much know what I look like. So the plan this month is to read some letters, do a little Photoshop demonstration, and if there is time, I will sing a song accompanied by my son, Ben. Can you hear me out there? I don't know. We'll know when this thing is archived. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Photoshop, where I have the first letter I'm going to read. This is a letter that I got the other day. I'm not going to say who it's from, but I'll just read it quickly. Dear David and Eve Chelsea, hi, my name is Peter. I want to dollar by dollar your house. Uh-oh, why am I not getting screen share? Are you behind? Oh, now I've got it. I think you're a little behind. Never mind. I'm going to take it from the top. Dear David and Eve Chelsea, hi, my name is Peter. I want to dollar by dollar your house at 2814 Northeast 16th Avenue. Please call me at telephone number. Please call. Thanks. And he gives his name and the address of a realty company. So my reply to you, Peter, is what an interesting font. What font is that? I mean, it kind of looks like handwriting, but all the characters repeat. Let's get in a little closer. I'm really fascinated. Is this a commercially available font, or is it a custom font based on your own writing? I'm really curious. But Peter, if you're listening or watching to this video hangout, please reply. So I'm going to read a couple more letters. Let's find text edit. I have some letters. I want to find, here's a letter from President Barack Obama. It's an email, and I got it a couple of weeks ago. And the subject line is my favorite joke. And it's addressed to Jeffrey. That's the president's pet name for me. Jeffrey, at this point in my presidency, I've been making jokes about my increasing number of gray hairs for almost 6 years. But let me tell you something, Jeffrey. Every day I meet someone whose life has been transformed because of the work we're doing. And each time I get more and more energized about this job. So even if I look a little older than I once did, I'm not tired. And I'm not backing down from the fights that are coming these next 2 years. I'm not going to stop doing what we need to do to elect Democrats in 2016. I'm still in this, Jeffrey. Let me know that you are too. And he gives me a link. Presumably this is a link to contribute money to the Democrats. Thanks, Barack Obama. So my reply to this letter is, Mr. President, I still don't know what your favorite joke is. Please tell me what your favorite joke is. So let me find the last letter I'm going to read. And this is one that I got a couple of days ago. It's a little bit on the long side, but I think we will stick with it. So this is from the FBI headquarters, Washington, D.C., J. Edgar Hoover Buildings, 935 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C. Good news for you from the FBI United States. We had a meeting with the International Monetary Fund and federal government of Nigeria/Senegal over your long overdue contract payment, and we agreed with them that your funds should not cost you anything because it is your money, which we finally reached an agreement yesterday that all the payment will be paid via ATM smart card, which is the simplest way to transfer huge amounts of money to avoid cost of transfer and other statutory documents, which we stretched to have a strong agreement over the payment that will cost you only $225 USD for the delivery of your ATM smart card via UPS or FedEx delivery company, depending on your choice. You have only 4 working days to send this required delivery fee of $225 USD to FedEx or UPS courier company for the delivery of your card, because your card will be dispatched to them immediately. And if we don't hear from you with the payment information, the FBI will not hesitate by given instructions to the federal government of Nigeria/Senegal and the International Remittance Department to cancel your payment that has already been approved and programmed in an ATM smart card. Be informed that you may receive several emails and telephone calls from organizations. Such must be forwarded to us immediately for verification. I want you to understand that the most important thing for me is your understanding and cooperation. While responding to the ATM card payment officer, you must confirm this code 1806210 for identification. However, be informed that the part payment, which is $1 million US, has been loaded in your ATM smart card, and your fund, which is in the tune of $3 million US, will come in batches of $1 million US, and this is the first batch of your part payment. Your payment would be sent to you via UPS or FedEx because we have signed a contract with them, which should expire by August 1st, 2015. Below are few list of tracking numbers you can track from UPS website, www.ups.com, to confirm people like you who have received their payment successfully. And I'm not going to read the codes, but here is some of the names. Johnny Almanac, Gary Metier, Glenn Papayas, and Carol R. Buckskin. However, be advised, based on our recommendations/instructions, that your complete contract/inheritance overdue funds will be released immediately upon your contact to the newly appointed payment officer, Reverend Harry Rolland, Director, ATM Smart Card / Foreign Operation Department, and ask him how and where to send the payment of $225 USD only to FedEx or UPS Courier Company. Contact person, Reverend Harry Rolland. Private email address, private telephone number. You're advised to contact him immediately so as to enable him facilitate a speedy processing and release of your delivery, since it is only the $225 USD that is keeping your ATM smart card. Contact him with the following information as below: your full name, contact address, your age, occupation, phones and fax number, country, your ID. We expect your swift response to this email to enable us monitor this payment and the delivery of your ATM smart card effectively to you. Congratulations. Yours in service, Director James B. Comey, Federal Bureau of Investigation, United States Department of Justice, Washington, D.C., 20535. So I don't exactly know what to reply to this letter. I'm kind of at sea. I don't really understand. I think they say that there's money for me, but I'm suspicious. I've heard about scams, so I think I'm not going to contact them, despite the $3 million they say that they have for me on an ATM smart card. Just one thing, one little detail that troubles me: Nigeria/Senegal. I thought those were 2 independent countries. I guess they have possibly merged. Anyway, if anyone knows anything about this, get in touch with me. So moving on, I am going to do the thing that I said I was going to do next, which is a drawing demonstration. This is a page from my new webcomic, which you really should be reading. It's called Are You Being Watched? It's all about reality TV. And this is a scene, let's get in a little closer. This is a scene that somewhat riffs off the popular television show America's Funniest Videos. I call this the show in my comic America's Ouchiest Accidents. So I'll just read the dialogue for you. That kitten is chasing a pot-bellied pig. Who knew that a baby could pull off your wig? Happy landings, that fall is a 40-foot drop. I fell off the lawnmower, when will it stop? This 4th of July was too much of a blast. That's going to require a full body cast. So you can see that some of the panels on this page I have added gray tones to, and some of them are still just plain line. So what I want to do is I want to show you how I go about creating a grayscale image. So the first thing I do is I make a little window here, and I add a new layer. And the color is black. I use the bucket tool, and I just fill in that area. Now, what I do next is I scale back the opacity in that window to maybe 16%. So now I've put an overall gray tone on this panel. I'm going to get it a little closer, and I'm going to spare out any areas in the picture that are going to be white. Obviously, the first part that's going to be white is the balloon, the tail of the balloon that's going to the woman's mouth. And delete it. And then, let's see. I think maybe the baby's diaper can be white too. Now, some people might be filling in gray areas with the bucket tool, but I like having an overall tone rather than just kind of going piece by piece like a jigsaw puzzle. I think I'm going to do a little highlight on her earring and also the lenses of her glasses. Well, more than one area. Also her teeth. And I think I'm going to give her a white blouse. No, I'm going to make her sweater white. So I'm using the lasso tool here to define the area that I'm going to delete, and delete it. And also this area over here. And lastly, this area here. So that's the area that's going to be 16%. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the entire layer. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it in place. So now I have an all black layer, and I'm going to reduce the opacity to, maybe another 16%. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spare out the areas that are going to be lighter. And that would be everyone's skin. So, kind of working through here, you can start to see what's happening. Get rid of that baby's arm. And actually, you know what? I'm going to do the baby's entire head. I'm going to see what I'll do next. Oop, and the rest of the baby's arm. Now, what I'm going to do is, ooh, that's the wrong brush. I need a different brush, and I need it to be like 9 pixels. So now, and I want 100% opacity. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back in to this area and giving the baby some kind of wispy, darker hair. Maybe a little shadow on his skin, under his nose, around his eyes, a little shadow on his ear, a little shadow on the underside of his arm. Using the brush tool. And giving the woman a little bit of shadow around her ear. A little bit of shadow on her earring. Okay. Good. Yeah, that's good. Good so far. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to repeat the same process. I'm going to copy that layer. I'm going to paste it in place and see we have more black. So I'm going to reduce the opacity on that to maybe another 14%. And now, where do I want to take some color out? I think I want to take some color out of the hair. I want to make the hair a little bit lighter than the surrounding area. So I'm deleting that hair. Actually, there's not enough difference. I'm going to make that bit a little darker. And I think I'm also going to take out the baby's shirt. And work a little bit more dark in, make a little shadow in. So now this particular sequence won't be appearing on my Patreon page for probably another month. I've got considerably ahead of the schedule, but I've put up 4 installments so far that you can look at now on my Patreon page. And I may show you where my Patreon page is, but it's easy enough to find. Just Google David Chelsea Patreon or Google David Chelsea Are You Being Watched? And you can see 4 installments, basically 8 pages of the story. So we're just starting to get into it. This is a webcomic that probably will be about 100 pages when I'm finished. Take me maybe a year to do. And if you're a fan of other shows besides America's Funniest Videos, I'll be doing sequences that riff on Survivor, What Not to Wear, Hoarders, Storage Wars, Chopped, and Honey Boo Boo, a lot of those. So let me get a little bit more shadow into this. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to do one more layer. And here I'm just going to do an empty layer, because all I'm going to be doing is adding a little bit of shadow. Oh, let's reduce the opacity. Maybe 35. I'm going to add a little shadow to the woman's blouse. And color in the buttons. Just basically add some color. Maybe I'll add a little color to the blouse or to the baby shirt. And maybe a little shadow behind your eyes. And I think that pretty much does it. Yeah. So what I'll do now is I will flatten the image and save, and that's one more panel to set away. And I think now is the moment when I'm going to sing a song. Now, Ben and I have practiced this. I can sing. Ben does not like to sing. Here's Ben. This is my son, Ben. But what Ben is very good at doing is accompanying me on the ukulele. So we're going to be doing a song made popular by George Formby. I'm not sure if it's written by him. Ben?
What?
Are you ready, Ben?
Oh.
Ben's coming over.
Sure.
Ben's coming over. Just a moment. Let me find the lyrics. And Ben needs to step closer to the microphone. So this is a song called Ring Your Little Bell. And, once the song's done, then the video hangout will be done.
What?
Hello, Ben.
Hello.
All right. So play into the microphone.
Okay. I already forgot. Wait. Okay, hold on.
A little tuning moment here.
Okay.
All right. Never go to Dr. Quack because you've got the blues. Medicine won't make 'em disappear. If you've got a mild attack of chronic whoopers-oos, listen, here's a marvelous idea. Now if you're worried, don't be blue. Ring a little bell, ting-a-ling-a-ling. You'll be happy if you do. Ring a little bell, ting-ting. Now if you're feeling mighty glum, think of happy days to come. Don't sit there and suck your thumb. Ring a little bell, ting-ting. Now all the fuzzy wuzzy hussies down in Broom's Bar thought they'd try and slim and be refined. Most of them had put on weight and couldn't ha-cha-cha. Big Chief Rag said never mind. Now if you're worried, don't be blue. Ring a little bell, ting-a-ling-a-ling. You'll be happy if you do. Ring a little bell, ting-ting. Now if you're feeling mighty glum, think of happy days to come. Don't sit there and suck your thumb. Ring a little bell, ting-ting. Late one evening, our John Willie, after 1 or 2, got in bed and said, good evening, dear. The missus says it's 4 a.m. and I'm fast asleep to you. And what's more, you can't do that there, dear. But if you're worried, don't be blue. Ring a little bell, ting-a-ling-a-ling. You'll be happy if you do. Ring a little bell, ting-ting. So if you're feeling mighty glum, think of happy days to come. Don't sit there and suck your thumb. Ring a little bell, ting-ting. Thank you for your very kind attention, and don't forget to visit my Patreon page. I'm going to end it all somehow.
What?
Stop, bro.